And now for more explanations and predictions ahead of the probable fourth elections in 2021, I'm joined by author and former Knesset member for the Yesh Atid party, Rabbi Lipman, and Ziv Maor, director of the Likud party's Hallel forum. Gentlemen, thank you both so much for being with us. Now, did you see this coming? Rabbi, I'll start with you.
I was saying for a few weeks that it's 99.9% that we were heading to elections. I could not imagine the gaps between blue and white and Likud coming together. But the one thing that I thought might push it was where Likud and blue and white seem to be heading in the polls. But in the end, I believe Netanyahu was outmaneuvered, and I think we're just on the brink of going to the fourth election.
Wow. Ziv, same question.
Well, I didn't think that it was a percentage, a probability of 99%. I anticipated in the 50-50%. I think it was just as much probable for the issue to be resolved yesterday in a manner that will allow this lame duck Knesset to continue on for a few more months. But either way, this was not a term to be ended in 4 years. This was going for early or immature elections pretty soon this way or another. So it was decided for the elections to be in March. It was just as probable as the other option for it to be delayed.
Well, as you know, of course, there is a chance, a small chance, of a last-minute bill coming and saving the day before midnight. Ziv, do you think that there's any chance of that happening?
Yes, I think when I see the interest of the various members of the Knesset that have stakes in whether or not this Knesset presumes or not, I'm talking about the back seats of the Likud party. I'm talking about the vast majority of the representatives of the blue and white party. All of them are people or individuals whose chances to be a part of the next Knesset are very, very low. And at the end of the day, the question whether or not a bill passes and becomes eventually a law is a question of how many members of the Knesset support it. Now, regardless of the leaderships of the parties, and we know that blue and white currently has got no effective leadership, they are the interests of the members of the Knesset themselves. And those people have interest to keep on the term, to get a longer and more sustainable chance from the public to preside in the Knesset and do some more stuff and enjoy the continuance of the term. So there is still a chance for it to happen. What will
well, Rabbi, hold on for a moment, Ziv. I want to turn to the Rabbi because, Rabbi Lipman, is this what's best for the country? And I'll give you also a moment to respond to what Ziv said earlier.
First of all, I don't believe there's any chance of rescuing it, just the amount of hours that are necessary to get legislation through and get to the point where it's voted on. But in terms of is it best for the country, absolutely yes. You cannot have a country with a completely dysfunctional government where there is mistrust from the partners that are supposed to be working together. And I also think that it's an opportune time. Let's have a mandate given yes or no for how Netanyahu has managed the corona. Let's get a mandate yes or no for who's best to lead Israel in the diplomatic arena. Let's get a mandate yes or no who's the best to run us through the economic situation, the health situation. It's actually a perfect time, I believe, for the country, for the leaders to come, present their vision, present what they've done or haven't done, and let the country decide who they want to lead the country forward.
Well, it's interesting that you said that. Let's speculate a little bit. What do you think Prime Minister Netanyahu's chances are going into fourth elections? He's polling strongly right now, but he's down from the current 30-something seats that he has. But his court cases are ongoing. His Likud party is seemingly hemorrhaging members to rival Gideon Sa'ar's New Hope party. So what can you say about that?
I don't think people have seen about the court case already. They're all aware of it. I don't think he'll lose seats because of that. I do believe there is a real strong possibility of a coalition coalescing, which could unseat Netanyahu. And that's very much what this election is going to be about, because for the first time, it's actually all on the right wing, where you have Yamina led by Naftali Bennett, you have Gideon Sa'ar with his new party, together with a few from the more center. It's the first time there's a real opportunity from these people who have been trying to unseat Netanyahu to actually do so. And that is once again what this election is going to be about. The question is going to be the dynamic of how it's done. What is the mechanism, and how Netanyahu will decide to combat this possible coalition to unseat him.
I disagree. I think that those elections are going to be mostly about the coronavirus. If the elections will eventually take place a short time after we will start attending stadiums and concerts again, if the ammunition will take its course, and the virus will no longer be a sustainable fear among Israeli citizens, then this will be held as a victory of Netanyahu. The vast majority of the public will be in some sort of euphoria as a result of winning and defeating the virus. This was going to be a thing that Netanyahu will gain credit for. If this is going to be the situation, then Netanyahu will, in the way I see it, will enjoy a huge victory in the upcoming election. On the other hand, if the virus will make a comeback, if the variants and the mutations that we see of the virus will still be an issue in the upcoming March, then this will be what the main color of the elections. We must remember that the fact that you and I are on a Rabbi Lipman are deep into politics and understand the issue of the budget, the issue of the various ministers, and the issue of leadership in general, the vast majority in Israel, just as much as in any other democracy, are not so much up to date about the politics, and they care about the day-to-day life, which were hindered by the virus. If the virus will be defeated, Netanyahu will defeat his opponents in the upcoming elections.
All right, Ziv Maor, Rabbi Dov Lipman, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you.